Travis Koyman on track right now in the 65 Oldsmobile. Followed by John Amold in the number 34 79 Pontiac Trans Am. Proud to say UMI equipped on both of those cars. Pretty cool. Kirsch, that goes by in the 71 Pontiac Firebird, UMI equipped. Followed by Big Smitty. Smitty currently P4. In Smitty's Custom Auto early model. Smitty improves by 116 to stay in P4. Another Smitty's Custom Auto car on deck right now, Brian Pico. We've heard through the grapevine that way better half Tanya Pico picked the color for that car, and she is the best color picker in the universe. Larry Wu hauls her down. Ken Bateman's here. He didn't get a 7th piece of dirt cake, so he had to go for peanut butter no bakes, but that's okay. Larry Wu stays in the top 10. 10 out of 31 for the Wu man. Currently your top 10 in Smitty's Custom Auto early. Steve Ike, Mike Casino, Adam Schoonmaker, Chris Smith, Smitty, Brian Pico, Ziolo, Alan Schoonmaker, Mike Goodman, Bernie Duplon, and Larry Wu. Hearing from Crystal here at the raffle, I'm supposed to make fun of Ken Bateman. I'm not really what sure for, but I mean, I guess I could. Attention in the paddock. Scott Thomas, you around? Attention in the paddock. Scott Thomas, can you swing over to the raffle area? Cody Free on track. Cody Free, mechanical engineering student. Cody Free, mechanical engineering student. Car 100. See how Free makes out. Puts her in P6. Good job, Cody. Brian DeLuca, P14. Brian DeLuca stays in P14. Mike Weiss. What you got going on, Mike Weiss? 40063, 40063. Mike V. Phelps on track. In the car 123 mid-model, Mike V. Currently in 8th position, cracking the old top 10. Awesome run for Mike V. Phelps. Let's see what he does through the traps here. Moves a little slower by 0.3, but stays in the top 10. P8 for Mike Phelps. Good job, Mikey. Josh Lester currently in 9th place in UMI Performance Mid Model. Rob Newmeyer was just out. Days in P8. So Rob and Eric Newmeyer within a 10th of each other. Josh Lester puts are in, oh no, he moves from 9th to 6th. Great job for Josh Lester. All the single ladies, all the single ladies. Jake Shannon's getting a Mike Tyson tribal stamp on the left side of his head. So if you want to come over to the announcer booth, you might see something you like. Although it could be a heart or a butterfly. I can't really see it from this side. Thomas Leary keeps her in P13 for Leary in car 138. Mike Weiss having a heck of a run in P5. We'll see if he can improve this time. Rob Terrian on course, rips it through Corn Dog Corner. Rob looking good, getting faster and faster each year here at UMI. Speaking of fast, Kenny Goodman, UMI equipped and Strano equipped. Terry Prell stays in 12th in UMI Performance Mid-Model. Terry Prell, the designer of the awesome custom UMI logo thinger. Josh Lester stays in P6. RJ Paulus slows her down just a tick. 073 slower to stay in 15th in UMI Performance Mid-Model. Carl Herringer throws a heater. Oh, no. He doesn't throw a heater. He had a heater before. Herringer stays in 4th in UMI Performance Mid-Model. So we have Medium Schmitty, Rob Terrian, Kenny Goodman, Carl Herringer, Mike Weiss, your top 5, followed by Lester, Free, Brooks, Phelps with the top 10, and Nick Schaefer, another UMI, 2 more UMI quick cars, which is pretty awesome. We appreciate those guys running UMI in the UMI Performance Mid-Model class. Cody Free rips it through the infield there past Corn Dog Corner. 1 month to go till he goes back to mechanical engineering school. We wish him the best. Maybe he can be a UMI designer someday. Not sure. But Cody Free moves from 8th to 6th. Good job, Cody. It's a pretty awesome 39,488. 39,488 for Cody Free. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. We had a generous customer donate some tickets. So the next couple people that come up and buy some tickets are going to get some extra tickets. So it's like a 2 for 1 or 5 for 3 or 9 for, I don't know. Crystal will know. But anyhow, come up and buy some stuff and we'll get you some extra free tickets. Oh, Bella gets them. Yeah, all right. Dennis Booker on track. No, that's Carl Herringer. Sorry. Carl Herringer currently in 4th. Brent Brooks in P6. Brent Brooks in the 99. On track now, Brian DeLuca in number 4, 2000 Chevy Camaro, or he looks like it might be a co-driver or something, so we'll see what's going on there. But DeLuca, looks like P13 for DeLuca, moves up to P11. Mike Weiss in the 89 Firebird, having a great run this time. Mike Weiss, UMI equipped 81 Firebird. Weiss says, how about a P4? 38,900, 38 to P4. Tension in the paddock, 3 minutes until Torque Storm Supercharger late model. 3 minutes until Torque Storm Supercharger late model. Tarian slows down just by 0.3 to remain in P2 in the 87 Mustang in UMI. Down his neck in P3. Only 0.16. Terry Prell, P11, medium Smitty on track. See if he can remain in P1. .557, slower by 0.557, but remains in P1. Number 20, Bob Lazy. Bob Lazy on track. Bob Lazy keeps her in P20. P19, sorry, P19 for Bob Lazy. Josh Lester moves from 9th to 8th, improves by 0.3. 97, RJ Paulus, longtime competitor here at UMI Motorsports Park. Always great to see RJ here at the track. Brooks stays in 6th. Brent Brooks in 6th. UMI equipped, always good. Paul Bremeyer on course. Paul Bremeyer, Jana Ice in the former Dawn Chafin 67 Camaro. Co-driving with Dad Matt. Nothing better than father and son racing at UMI Motorsports Park. Wilhelm in 5th had a little bit of a code brown there, but gathered it up nicely. We'll see how he does here in a minute. Larry Wolf on track in the co-driven Jason Winstall car. Moyer currently in the top 10 in the 2005 GTO. Hod Sudegar, our new friend we met at Muscle on the Mountain in #1 Camaro. Honda engineer. Currently in P7. We'll see if Hod can pick her up a little bit on the first of these afternoon runs. Hod does up to 5th, moves up 2 spots with a 39.040. 39.040. 113, Mikey Albacetti co-driving with Jeff Darbig, both guys with shootout experience here at UMI Motorsports Park. Let's see how Mikey does. Mikey's going to go slower by 2/10, stay in second place. Jason Rawlison, currently P8. We'll see if he can stay off the cones. Running some pretty good raw times. Rawlison slower by finds 4/10 in the Greenwood Corvette. Smitty finds 4/10. Going to put him in artificial P1 in super early. But Bertelsen is your official P1. Bertelsen, followed by Jeff Scott the second. My screen just changed, so we'll talk more later. a hard on track. James Moyer, car 106, keeps her in 10th place. A hard getting through. I hear him doing some gear changing. Ahad moves from 5th to 3rd, finds .807, which is huge age of the game. That puts Motuck and Tim Gordon in the top 5. Ahad Sudagar, pretty awesome on his afternoon runs. Good job, bud. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. 10-minute countdown for super late model. 10-minute countdown for super late model. See you up there in 9.5 minutes. Super late model. Paul Brimmeyer sliding on that Jenna ice at the end of the straight stretch. Car 135, Matthew Johnson, St. Mary's area, local guy. First time at an autocross. I'd say he's doing pretty awesome. P12 in the Camaro SS. Alan Schoonmaker improves by 1/4 of a second to move into sixth. Bypasses Yolo by 2/10, so Schoonmaker P6. Tyson Chavis on course. JT McCarron just trips the breakers at P7, stays in 7th. Hod Sudegard slows her down by 0.6, stays in P4. 113, Mikey Albacetti, currently in P2. We'll check her out when he goes through the traps. On track now, Jason Rawlison with the lights going. Firefighter hero Jason Rawlison would like to inform you 5 minutes until super late. 5 minutes until super late model. Jordan Motuck also. Let's see, Rawlison's going to stay in 8th. Motuck is in 3rd. We're going to check to see if Jordan can pick up a spot. He does not. He improves by 0.93 in a game of milliseconds. 0.93 is still quite a bit, but doesn't move him up. So he's going to stay in P3. Car 103, Michelle Angerman. Having a great time here at UMI Motorsports Park. Michelle improves by 2.8 seconds. So that's pretty awesome to have Michelle here racing with us. Learning, getting better, but getting faster each time. Pretty awesome of Michelle. Speaking of awesome, Tim Gordon. Let's see what Tim Gordon can do. Slower by, 2 cones. Sorry, Tim. Stays in P5. Paul Brimmeyer, a little cleaner that time. Brimmeyer goes a little bit slower. Looks like he has some cone trouble, so he's going to stay in 12th in early. Eric Phillips in the G8. Car number 105, Eric Phillips. Alan Schoonmaker looks like he grabs a cone, stays in P7, car 128, JT McCarran. Hod Sudegar putting her in hot. Nice recovery though, and he'll probably stay pretty high up in the standings. Currently fourth. Mikey Albicetti on course. Albicetti leapfrogs co-driver Jeff Darbig to go P1 in Torque Storm Superchargers late model. Good job, Mikey. Michelle Angerman getting smoother and faster each time. Take a look and see how Michelle does. Improves by another 4/10. Michelle P13. Good job, Michelle. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. How about a shout out to Whispering Grove Face Painting, our new friend Rose. All the kids running around with the cool graphics on their face. And Jake Shannon has a Mike Tyson tribal whatever action. All the single ladies, if you see Jake, check that out. So Whispering Grove Face Painting, Rose, 843-360-4498. Car 64, Bill Kidd on track. Bill Kidd on track. Ball and Smith through the traps, stays 17th. Aaron Shue, driving Shue on course in the number 24. Aaron Shue grabs a cone, so he's not going to move up, stays in P2 behind co-driver Josh Luster, followed by Arroyo, Anstey, Biddle, Cordero, Myers, Huffman, Fisher, and Stewart. Jansen Fisher on track, doing awesome. Jansen Fisher. Currently in 9th. We'll see if he can improve. Slower by 0.080, so no improvement for Jansen. Rob Springer in the MR2. That thing's pretty rad. I love it. Springer stays in 12th. Jason Van Sickle in the cool little 2013 Audi TT. Moves from 30th to 22nd. Nice job, Jason. .143 is Zachary Auclair, currently in 20th. Lania stays in 34th. John Fink on track in the number 50. 2019 Chevy Corvette. Auclair stays in 20th in Super League. Oh, nice. Looks like Keck got the Goblin fix back up, so we'll see how David does. Let's see how Keck does it when he crosses the traps. David Keck moves from 14th to 12th with a 0.6 second improvement. Andrew Laub, car 125. Moves from 24th to 22nd. Car 94, Stephen Boddington. Waddington through the traps. Stays in 26 in the 2003 Evo. Back in car 18, 2018, 2016 Corvette, brought back. Stays in 31st in super late. 129, Dan Thompson in the 98 Corvette. Getting ready to go through traps, followed by Mike Stewart. Dan Thompson stays in 19th in super late. Mike Stewart slows her down a little bit, but stays in P10. Dustin Frisco, car number 120. As things are winding down here, reminder, head up to the UMI rig up behind the grandstands and get your official event merchandise. We have some extras up there. We bought extra this time, so we should be good to go there. See Dwayne and Sherry up at the rig. You can also buy full UMI kits. If you want, you can buy 3 or 4 full UMI kits. That'd be pretty rad. So we got all the info up there you need, got some cool displays. But grab your event shirts or whatever UMI merch you want. Unfortunately, with fall coming here not too long from now, which is crazy to say, grab your UMI sweatshirts, hats, all that jazz. Justin Snow hauls her down on the backstretch, navigates that troublesome cone there in the 22 car. Steve Anstey puts the power down. That car rockets from A to B, that's for sure. Looks like he snagged a cone, though. Anstey gets some cones, but stays in P4. Still top 5 for Anstey. Danielle Spora behind Corn Dog Corner right now. So Danielle Spora. One of our awesome lady drivers here at UMI this weekend. After Dark Speed Autocross Challenge. 117, David Myers. David Myers gets her through Corn Dog nice and clean. Danielle Spora picks up .136 to move up 3 spots. Great job, Danielle. David Myers slightly slower, .2, so he's going to stay in P7. Gary Hatfield on track. Gary Hatfield, followed by Justin Peachy. Hatfield on this year's event shirt. Check out the third car down, car 67, After Dark Speed equipped Gary Hatfield. Peachy moves from 14th to 10th in the C8. Good job. On track now, UMI welder Xander Hinterberger in the Jaguar XD, Calma white color, all-wheel drive. Nothing like going from the frying pan into the fire in super late model here at UMI Motorsports Park. Xander shaves off 1.2 seconds on that run. So Xander's learning, having a fun time here at UMI. Driving Shoe on track, Aaron Shoe, currently P2 behind co-driver Josh Luster. It would be kind of sucky to have Josh Luster, one of the best autocrossers in the country, as your teammate. Also a good measuring stick, right? So Aaron Shoe stays in P2 with Jose Arroyo and stay in Biddle right behind him. Car 6, Kyle Little in the 2015 Subi. Seven, Rob Springer. Might be one of my favorite cars here this weekend. 02 MR2. Just ripping. So Rob Springer, pretty cool watching that car. Rob Springer. Lanius stays in 34th position. Car 50, John Fink. Ripping down the backstretch into Corn Dog Corner. Really working that Goblin steering wheel. That's pretty awesome. In the meantime, John Fink moves up to 11th from 15th. Nice job, John. We'll check David Keck, see how he goes through the lights. David Keck moves from 14th and 9th. Cracks at top 10 in the Goblin. Good job, dude. David Keck runs a 37.657, 37.657. Car 94, Stephen Boddington. Back in. Beck moves up to Dan Thompson stays in 21st. .120, Dustin Frisco on track. Mike Anstey gets a cone, so he won't improve in the P4. Danielle Spora right behind once again. Fast lady driver. Always nice to have Danielle here at UMI Motorsports Park. Autocross Challenge presented by After Dark Speed. After Dark Speed. Also the super late model class sponsor and track sponsor. So After Dark Speed keeps us rolling here at UMI Motorsports Park. We appreciate Ryan Matthews and his team. .104, Mike Tomer on track. Mike Tomer. 2007 Chevrolet Corvette. Followed by Kevin Gallagher. Kevin Gallagher, 2008 Corvette. Longtime competitor here at UMI Motorsports Park. Ten-minute warning, very important. Smitty's Custom Auto has volunteered to coordinate a summit run. So one of Smitty's buddies is going to be at Summit in Ohio in the next 10 minutes. If you go see Smitty, you can order something from Summit, Ohio. If you need repair parts or parts in general, see Smitty at Smitty's Custom Auto there at the intersection. Smitty's Custom Auto Summit within 10 minutes. Thank you, Smitty. Summit, 10 minutes. Smitty's Custom Auto. Okay, everybody, 9 minutes before you can place, anyhow, 9 minutes for Smitty. So if you need parts from Summit Racing in Ohio, see Smitty at his trailer. He'll hook you on that order, Smitty's Custom Auto. And then 10 minutes sport class. 10 minutes sport class. Turn 14 sport class, 10 minutes. 4 runs, final runs of the day. Also, the guys are tearing down the raffle. We'll be back tomorrow. Crystal and friends will be back tomorrow with the raffle. Scott Thomas going past with the Steelhawk Designs awesome UMI logo made by Terry Prell. That's going to be one of the big items tomorrow, so we appreciate Terry for that and all the people that donated and bought. Good stuff here at UMI Motorsports Park. Mike Stewart on track. Mike Stewart is currently in 13th. Dan Thompson just hit the trap, stays in 21st. Local buddy Dustin Frisco, car 120 on track in the vet. Big power down the backstretch, runs it through the kink. Followed by Andrew Laub in the 125. Andrew Laub in the 125. Frisco stays in 27th. Laub currently in 23rd. Looking to improve by a tiny bit. In a game of milliseconds, tiny bit could be a lot. Reminder, sport on deck, sport on deck. Turn 14, sport on deck. Car 142, Jose Arroyo. Currently in P3. The fastest car who is not an Evo. We met Arroyo last year. Glad to have him come back with us and run strong. Steve Anstey in the Subaru STI all-wheel drive. At the starting line, that thing does 0 to 60 in about 3 car lengths. Code brown for Anstey through the middle. Danielle Spora on track now. Anstey. Ooh. A couple of us here watching thought that looked like a heater from Anstey. That is true. Moves from 7th to 3rd. Improved by 1.131 seconds, which is an eternity here at UMI Motorsports Park in the autocross world. So great job, Steve. Danielle Spora keeping it in the family also. 20th to 17th. Great job, Danielle. Improves by 0.3. And David Myers with some fresh aero and a couple other tune-ups. Car number 117, David Myers. Slows her down by 0.15 to stay in the top 10. P6 for Myers. 104, Mike Tomer from Boulevard, Ohio. Boulevard, Ohio's Mike Tomer. Been here probably 8 or 9 out of the past 10 years. Always nice to see Mike and his buddies here at UMI Motorsports Park. Number 2, Kevin Gallagher. So now we're going to be Josh Luster, Aaron Shue in the code-driven Evo, Anstey, Jose Arroyo, and Justin Peachy in the top 5. Hearing from the grid, this is the end of run 3 for these guys and girls, and we're going to be run 4 in super late model, and then we're going to run sport class, turn 14 sport, and then we're going to go barbecue. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. 5 minutes until sport class, 5 minutes until turn 14 sport class. We're finishing up after dark speed, super late model. 5 minutes, turn 14 sport. Car 93 on track, we have welder Xander. So if you're running UMI parts, Xander might have welded it. Getting his feet wet here in the Jaguar XE all-wheel drive. I had him in sport class for a while, then he found out he was in super late. He didn't look too thrilled about that, but probably has the air conditioning on. Colin Smith on track in car number 5, Colin Smith. All the Smitties are watching. Dad Chris is going to give him some pointers here and tell him to turn left, turn right, faster, slower. Car 143, Zachary Auclair. Zachary Auclair. Currently in 20th. Lanius stays in 32nd. In Super Late. Big class, 37 car Super Late. John Fink, car 50. Currently in 13th. Auclair moves up 2/10, which puts him 20th to 18th. David Keck in the DF Goblin. David Keck improves one spot to move up to the top 10 in Super Late. Good job, David. Dustin Frisco on track. Dustin Frisco in the 120 car. Mike Stewart slows her down by 2/10 to stay in 12th. Car 50, James Lewis in a 23 seat. Car 142, Jose Arroyo. Autocross Challenge presented by After Dark Speed. Once again, our official charity partner is Emily Whitehead Foundation. Class sponsors this time are UMI Performance, late model Torque Storm Superchargers, Super Late After Dark Speed, Sport Class, track sponsors Hawks Motorsports, Snappies, Summit Racing, Turn 1, Viking Performance. Over at the intersection, Junior's here from Turn 1 to solve your power steering needs. Stop by, see Junior if you need steering help. Quartermaster Clutches, Quick Performance, Ron Francis Wiring, Smitty's Custom Auto, Strano Parts, Tech Performance, Turn 14. Ron Francis Wiring, Scott Bowers is here, along with a couple members of his team. If you have wiring technical questions or need any wiring for your hot rod or project car, see Scott Bowers at Ron Francis Wiring. Also, Smitty's Custom Auto, Team Smitty there by the pit intersection. Running strong, podiums left and right. If you need an awesome car or awesome parts, check out Smitty's Custom Auto. We also have Lightning Electric, Shed World, and More Propane. Couldn't do it without any and all of those guys. We appreciate you all. Thanks for choosing UMI Motorsports Park. Tonight at 6 p.m. we'll have Bob and Ken cheesesteaks up at the Finish Line Pavilion. Bring your own beverage, bring your own lawn chair, bring some wood, bring whatever. Bring your family, have a fun time. There's always lots of kids running around. Ashley has a good band coming, so we're going to have a good night up at the fire pits. Finish Line Pavilion at UMI Motorsports Park. Xander on course in the Jaguar XE. Xander having fun here at UMI Motorsports Park. Turn 14 Sport Class, Pete Romkowski, LS powered convertible Miata. Always a strong runner here at UMI Motorsports Park, Pete Romkowski. Currently in 4th position in the Miata. Wyatt Hawkinsmith zipping through Corn Dog. Now we have Jeremy McCauley. Jeremy McCauley hauls SpongeBob down the chicane. See a cone worker running, must be checking a little something, something. Jeremy McCauley hanging SpongeBob. I think the passenger might have a code brown in that one. 131, Sean McKenzie in a 2013 Mazda. McCauley, slightly slower, 0.4, stays in P3. Dennis Booker, Matthew Radman, Jeremy McCauley, Romkowski, then Ariana Biondo. Sean keeps her in P13. Car 122, Matt Welch, former oval track racer, so we like Matt. At least I do. Ron Eifert, also oval track racer. Actually won here in the oval track car, so that's pretty awesome. Going from oval track to road course stuff. Ariel Jim following closely, provide. Matthew Radman, our second favorite Canadian behind David Pereira. Slower by 0.17, stays in second. Radman still having a great run. 126, David Morrell in a 2007 Scion. Passenger holding on for dear life. Scott Bowers in the 11 car. Not his normal run for. William Klein, 2006 Cobalt. William is serious. He has a bumper pull on it for when he gets off track. Through corner dog nice and clean in the Miata. '83 is going to be Jeff Darbig in the co-driven Mikey Albicetti car. Darbig made it deep into the shootout at KOTM before, so he's no stranger to the pressure. Darbig slower, gets a cone, stays in second in Torque Storm Superchargers late model. Dennis Booker in the 56, currently your leader. Currently your leader in sport class. McGahan stays in 10th. Dennis Booker keeps her in first with a 36.309, 36.309, slower by 0.161, 0.161. I don't know what happened there, but it was awesome. Dennis Booker slower by 0.16. William Hughes currently in 18th. Hughes went just a tiny bit slower. Betty Schupel shaves off 1.045 seconds to move from 15th to 14th in turn 14 sport. Car 137 is Katrina Funk. Currently in 9th place. Jake Lim loses just a tick, as does Katrina, only 0.5 seconds slower, so she's going to stay in 9th. So it goes Booker, Radman, McCauley, Romkowski, Ariana Biondo, Hawkins Smith, Natalie Lim, Scott Bowers, and Katrina Funk. Car 44, Pete Romkowski back through. Ariana Biondo improves by 0.57 to stay in 5th in sport. Pretty awesome for Ariana. Pete Romkowski slows her down by 0.2, also stays in 4th. Caroline Rollison back through, navigates Corn Dog Corner. Imagine being 16 years old, just learning to drive and driving on the big stage at UMI Motorsports Park. Might be the story of the weekend. Top story for me, that's for sure. It's pretty awesome. Wyatt Hawkinsmith ripping through the middle. On track now, William Hughes. Booker stays in first. William Hughes, 17th. Car 109 is Patrick Barlas in the 2004 S. Then the car 48 is Kent Schulte in the 20 Mazda. I like that car, man. It goes through corn dog pretty good. And in sport, number 16, Betty Schubel. Got some nice aero, nice front splitter. One of our cool lady drivers here at UMI Motorsports Park. Gets her cleanly through corn dog corner up the hill, hangs a hard left. Hard right out on the NASCAR turn 2 and then through the traps. We'll see how Betty does. Loses 0.4 to stay in 14th in sport. 134, Jake Lim, 2019 Mazda Miata, currently in 13th. Jake Lim, 134, stays in 13th. Then Katrina Funk in the 137, currently in the top 10, which is pretty awesome. 2016 Mazda Miata. Katrina Funk. Katrina says, how about a plus 0.4 and we'll go to 7th? I don't know if she said that, but that's what she did. So we have Katrina Funk, Ariana Biondo, and Natalie Lim in the top 10. I love it. Romkowski. Moves her to 4th. So we have Biondo, Katrina Funk, and Natalie Lim in 3 of the top 8. Then we have the awesome Caroline. Has the eye of the tiger, whips it through corn dog, no problem there. Up the hill, hangs a hard right out onto the back. Oh. Supersonic went a little sideways, no problem though. Gathers it up. Wyatt Hawkinsmith owes Ryan Kirkwood 19 cones. I looked up sketchy in the dictionary and I ran across an LS3 powered Miata. Macaulay gets a cone to stay in P2. Macaulay deep into the field in King of the Mountain in prior years. Really gets SpongeBob ripping sometimes. Raw time looked pretty good on that one, but unfortunately grabbed a cone. Matt Welch in the 122, former oval track racer. Minis go through corn dog corner, pretty nice, followed by Ron Eifert. Ron locks her down, makes the 180 back, tucks her back in. Little turbo squeak from Ron Eifert. Always nice to hear the turbo working. Matthew Radman running pretty strong. Radman P3 currently on the podium in the 87 Porsche 944 with LS power. Radman loses 0.06 to stay in P3. 126, David Morrell in the 2007 Scion. Having fun here at UMI Motorsports Park. And Scotty Boy Bowers hauls her down in, makes the little switchback there. Oh, 06 Mini Cooper. Nice and clean through Corn Dog. Scott Bowers improves by 0.42 to stay in 11th. So in sport class, we have Booker, McCauley, Radman, Romkowski, Eric. Jeff Darbigan in the co-driven 83 car. Runs are down the backstretch. Blasts a cone on the entrance to Corn Dog Corner. Jared McGahan in the 2008 Solstice. Representing one of my favorite events, Mid-Atlantic Car Fest. Gonna stop here in October at UMI Motorsports Park. UMI Motorsports Park is one of the 4 places that Mid-Atlantic Car Fest visits. Great group of folks that we met last year. Fun loving, had a good time. 56, Dennis Booker, your current leader in Turn 14 Sport, blasts a cone though, so he will not improve his time. He'll remain in P1, of course. Right now we have Dennis Booker, Jeremy McCauley, Matthew Radman. Your top 3. William Hughes in the 46 car. .109 Patrick Barless on track. William Hughes at DNF to stay in 17th. .48. Ken Schultz. Petty Schubel loses 0.4 to stay in 14th. Jake Lim in the 134, currently in 13th, followed by Katrina Funk, currently in 7th. SpongeBob through the middle like a missile. See if Jeremy can improve. Macaulay gets a cone, so he will not improve. Stays in P2. Matt Welch in the 122. Sean McKenzie stays in 10th. So in sport, we got Dennis Booker, Macaulay, Radman, Romkowski, Ariana Biondo, Hawkinsmith, Katrina Funk, Kent Schulte, Natalie Lim, and Sean McKenzie. Ron Eifert hitting the wastegate right at the turn into Corn Dog. Pretty cool. Means he's full power down the straight. Matthew Radman. Hawkinsmith only loses 0.2 to stay in P6. Darbig currently P1 in late model. See where Darbig ends up. With a little braking trouble there on corner entry, so probably no improvement for William. 109 is Patrick Barless in the 2004 S2000. Then car 48, Ken Schulte, 2016 Mazda Miata MX-5. Jared McGahan through the middle with the Solstice, followed closely by number 16, Betty Schubel. McGahan improves by 0.17 but stays in 12th place in turn 14 sport. He's in 14th. Dennis Booker stays in P1, loses 0.156. Katrina Funk in the 137. At registration, she told me she had the best last name ever, Katrina Funk. Can't disagree there. Also, she said more girls could be autocross. It should be autocrossing. Can't disagree there either. We got some pretty fast ladies here at the track this weekend. Pretty awesome. Good stuff. The 47 stays in 5th, grabs a cone, so not going to. Still, we have Dennis Booker, Macaulay, Radman, Romkowski, then Ariana, Hawkinsmith, Katrina Funk. Attention in paddock. How about a round of applause for our cone workers? Cone workers doing awesome today. Nice and efficient and safe, and gave us a great day. So we appreciate all you guys and ladies helping out. Then one more thing I got to tell you. Here at the announcer booth, I get to see lots of stuff. Mostly what I see is about 500 awesome people here having fun, hanging out with their families, buying lots of stuff, supporting a great cause. So give yourself a round of applause too. We'll see you at the picnic.